This summer, I didn't know what classes to choose.
I had no idea what I wanted to major in.
It's hard to just look at this catalog of so many different courses and disciplines and decide which one.
My academic advisor kept emailing me like, you need to pick classes.
I mean, it's so overwhelming. I was already so scared about coming to college, and on top of that, I had to choose courses.
So I was like looking online and I saw that I could pick 3 classes at once, which would end up being the integrated studies cluster. So basically what the integrated studies program is it is 3 classes that are related.
And it's surrounding one general topic, but each class focuses on a different aspect of that topic.
You take with the same kids, the same professors.
Can't take one course without taking all 3.
So it's basically just about looking at one topic from a bunch of different angles.
You learn different things, but they all kind of mesh together because the professors work with each other.
In a small setting, which was for me the perfect way to start off my Colby career.
So the umbrella topic was the Great Depression, and then there was a film class, a photography class, and a history class.
So the history class is really focused on the events, and then the American Studies class brings in the cultural aspect.
The other class was documentary photography during the 1930s.
Colby's museum has an awesome collection of Great Depression photographs. It was really amazing. You know, it's one thing to be looking at a picture on a projector and then seeing it actually like in your college's museum's collection.
And so it was just such a full circle experience, and you really got to dive in to what was happening in America during the Great Depression.
As the name suggests, the Green Cluster is kind of an introduction to environmental studies.
On the side, we had kind of been starting this group working on divestment from fossil fuels, and we made that our group project. So we wrote we wrote press releases, we wrote a fact sheet, we did research, and all of that was used for our class project, and then we took that, used it all for our club outside of the cluster, where we've continued to do a lot of activism and really try to rally and work with the administration.
Well, we went on a trip to New York City during fall break. It was kind of an interactive way to get to see what you're learning about.
Like, I'm from there, and I kind of knew some of that stuff, but going out and actually experiencing, going into Brooklyn, going into Queens, places that I knew of, but I never really went. I got to take that back and kind of relate it to what we were reading. And
So it wasn't just the New Yorkers knowing like, oh yeah, that's that place, but the whole class was able to say like, whoa, we walked that too.
For my cluster, all 3 professors came to every single class. So the 2 who weren't teaching were sitting with the students and participating in the discussions.
It was a really good experience to be on that sort of same level as professors, just taking that class, because it established, a connection that you could just, openly talk to them, and they're people too.
They definitely brought out the best in all of us as students. They made all of us talk in class. They made all of us participate and be involved, which coming in as a freshman, my first semester, helped so much. So for the students who are having reservations about taking integrated studies, I think a lot of that pressure comes from people who say, oh, you should take intro bio, intro to psych.
And I did still get to take all of those intro classes, and I enjoyed them, but I didn't really feel quite as engaged as I did in the cluster.
And I ended up at the end of the semester with as many, if not more, requirements fulfilled with only 3 courses than a lot of my friends had done with 4 courses.
So I met the art requirement, the freshman writing requirement, the history 1 requirement, and I think it was a diversity requirement.
You know, it was a really nice transition between, and not that it was like high school, but it was nice having like familiar faces in your classes and getting to know your professors really well.
I think if I didn't take the cluster my freshman fall, it would have taken a lot longer for me to figure out where I wanted to spend my time and energy.
I think that taking the cluster kind of shaped what I am interested in and kind of affirmed that I want to major in American Studies.
Blending different disciplines and showing how everything is kind of connected and how you can draw from one class to talk about something else in another class. It's kind of what Colby's all about.